Hey, bourbon brothers and sisters, Angry Mac here today for a bit of a rant. I don't think it's going to be a crazy rant today, just a small one. So if you like what I'm doing, you like my craft journey, you like my rants, my blinds, whatever I'm doing, please hit that subscribe button. It's free. Help me grow. I'm about 330 right now. Small steps. Let's get to 400. So today I would like to talk about expensive bottles worth low-cost bottles. And expensive doesn't mean great. Expensive isn't synonymous with greatness. So I have two bottles here in front of me. I have the Russell's, which is expensive, and I have the Sazerac Foolproof Rye, which is not. Now, mind you, this happens to be a great bottle, but when we look at it and we're looking at the prices, we have to think, let's put our credit cards down and not shell out $3, $5, $6, $7, $8, $1,000 for a bottle thinking just because we're paying more, it's going to be better. You may buy that bottle, like, and then you're going to have a great share of buyer's remorse. You may buy that bottle and be like, hey, that is damn delicious. It could go either way, but it doesn't automatically mean that it's not going to be good. Now, I know this bottle right here is under $50. I think it may be under $40. I did not get this here. Somebody brought it up to me as a gift. So for me, it was free, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Frank. So what we're going on here, buyer's remorse. What we're going on here is the big lie. The big lie. The more expensive it is, the more you're going to enjoy it, which on its own is a fallacy because we all know it's never what's in the glass. You're enjoying who you're drinking it with, and you're enjoying it because of various other reasons. Cost doesn't mean better. It just means you paid more. That's all it means. Somewhere down the line, somebody, a group of people lost their mind chasing unicorns, chasing all these bottles and thinking like, well, you know, this $30, $40, $50 bottles, my God, this $600 bottles are fantastic. It's amazing. It's otherworldly. Again, not only the case. Nope, not at all. Not how it works. Now, price. On its own, price is determined by several things. Supply and demand. We all know the laws. Supply and demand. If the demand is high and the supply is low, it's going to go up. I also think a lot of the legacy brands give us a false inflated sense, and social media and secondary give us an inflated sense of the supply and demand sometimes. I know the hype machine causes prices to go up once again a little bit with the social media, and I try to combat that because, as you know, I am mostly a craft person. Behind me, you can see the bottles, mostly craft. I think 90% of my collection is craft. Endorsements, who is endorsing the product drives the price up. Packaging drives the price up. Marketing drives the price up. Fancy glasses, decanters drive the price up. All of that hits your wallet. Doesn't hit your palate, it hits your wallet. There is a big difference. You know what doesn't impact price? How it tastes. The taste has no bearing, no relevance whatsoever on price. It has zero influence on the price. They're not going, open this up, Mac. Let me have a taste of this. Let me throw this in there. You know what? Let me put this in a glass. Let's figure out what it tastes like. Hold on. I have our price point. This is where we're going to go with. This is my price point. Not how it works. They take in the calculations of what it costs to be fancy, to what it gives to you, to what it costs to advertise, and you're paying for a lot of that. You're not paying for taste, and I'll just tell you, that little sip was really good. So, marketing usually wins on the price. Not your palate, usually marketing, what you're paying for. You know, now think about it. If you're paying for the decanter bottle, now I know a bottle like Old Swagger is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, incredible. I know it's a bit pricey, and that bottle alone has to be about 90 bucks. It has to be. Hand-blown glass, the bird in the middle. It's unbelievable packaging. In the tater, it's great. It's great. But can you imagine if it wasn't in there? The price would be so much less. So you're not paying, you're paying for the entirety of the packaging. You're paying for the gold lettering. You're paying, you throw the wax tap on it in a fancy box, just add 5 to 10 to what it costs them to make. Just saying, because this is the truth. This is the truth about how these big companies are making money. Some of these smaller companies driving their limited editions and limited runs, driving their prices up. That if they're going to give you an aesthetically pleasing bottle to look at or packaging, yes, in your mind, you're going to pay more. That is just marketing. That is somebody who is really smart. And I'm not taking anything away from them. It doesn't mean what's in the bottle is better than what's in this bottle. Doesn't mean it. We did a blind a few weeks ago with my man Odin, and I do believe that the Thomas Handy came in behind this one. I'm not 100% sure, but I've seen it on many blinds also where this came in a little bit better than some people believed in the Handy on blinds. Now, when I'm speaking of the blinds, blind is the way to go. You put a lower price and a higher price together in a blind, your taste buds and your palate, they don't know cost, they don't know what the label says, they don't know hype, none of that in your mouth as you're tasting it knows any of it. So if you take the mental portion away and what your eyes see, it levels the playing field. It really does. That's really where you see how the lower priced bottles stack up to the higher priced bottles. You know, so how we get here for these big prices, we got a lot of hype. The hype machine, as I said, the social media doesn't always help us regarding the hype machine. I wish more of the hype went to the craft and the bottles that are $100 and below. I really do, because I think that's where the market should be right now. Because for me personally, I'd rather have 6 bottles or 10 bottles at $60 to $70 than one bottle at $700 or $800. You know, we look at these bottles and we can give examples, and I'm not going to knock any particular bottle as being bad. Like you take Blanton's, for example. I can go to my local liquor store right now, and Blanton's is $149 to $179 in my local stores. Extremely overpriced. Not worth it, but somebody will be chasing that, and somebody will be paying for the hype, the marketing, the packaging, the idea of what Blanton's is, not what's in there. Now, Blanton's is very good. I wish it was like 60 bucks. I think it would be outstanding. Pour for $60. Not for that price. Now, you want to give me GTS? You want to give me a William LaRue? Those are fantastic. Once again, I've had the Pappies. I think even Pappies at the prices they're giving right now, anything over $400, $500, $600, overpriced, not worth it. Again, that price doesn't correlate with what you're buying. And I say it many times. You have to think in your mind, is what you're paying correlating with what is in the glass? Now, I paid MSRP for this, probably below SMRP. I got it for the retailer's price. Is it worth what I paid for it? Below $300 all day long, every day. This is a special pour, and that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Did I buy it because of the hype? No. I bought it because I tried it several times before and I had the opportunity to buy it at that price. I bought it. Would I have purchased it at $500? Absolutely not. Just not my range, not something I'm going for. But when I had the opportunity and it arose, I went for it. So let someone else chase these prices. You know, it's just whiskey. Settle down. There's plenty of it. There's plenty of options. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's good. Just because some big influencer comes out and says, oh my God, you have to have this. I know it's $799, but it is life-changing. I'm going to tell you what. I'm old as dirt. I've had a lot of whiskey in my days, whether it be Scotch, Irish, bourbons, rye, you name it, I probably drank it. None of it was life-changing. Not a single drop was life-changing. People I had the pours with may have changed my life. But was that in the glass? None of it changed my life. So let your taste buds and let what you enjoy determine what you're going to buy. You know, once again, if I had a bottle for $50 or $300, that doesn't determine what's good or bad for me. There are plenty of crafts that are under $80 to $100 that'll blow some of the high price in the world. I have one, let's see this right here. Most of you probably haven't heard of this Rock Castle. I think it's about 80 bucks. I'd put this up against any bottle that I have on my shelf. Any bottle at all. It's the only one I have, so I'm kind of taking it easy with that one. So you should be buying for flavor. You should be buying for enjoyment. You should be buying for something that you can't wait to share with somebody else. You need, and I need, and the industry and everybody buying, collectors, hobbyists, enthusiasts, need to start buying based on what the distilleries are offering, what's in the bottle, not the hype, not the marketing, especially not the price. You will never catch me waiting online to get a bottle. I don't care what the bottle is. I do some raffles once in a while. If I can win a raffle and buy a bottle that costs 100%, and I think those are the greatest ways to go. I will throw money into a raffle. Doesn't make a difference to me. And there's one we have locally here at one of the local stores. You pay a $50 to get into the raffle, and if you win, that $50 goes towards your purchase. The prices aren't exactly MSRP, but they're not much over MSRP, and I think for me and for others, that's a good way to get some of those higher priced bottles from secondary that you wouldn't see at a better price. So a lot of it is thinking about what you're going to do. But once again, buy flavor, buy for flavor, not for price. Buy something you want to drink. Now, the truth here is that high price doesn't mean it's below average or above average. Low price doesn't mean it's below average or above average. Find what you want in a price point that makes you feel comfortable. Find a reasonable price, reasonable things to drink. Taste it, enjoy it. It may not be the best you ever had, but it's going to be the best drink in your glass at that time for that price. I would rather pay $60 for an outstanding pour than $600 for a very good pour. I'm just saying, find the people you love, give them a hug, don't overspend on your whiskey. Right now, I said on my glass, I got the Sazerac Rye. Foolproof, great every time. And I can't not have, I love that really, that's such a good rye. We'll just pour a dot in this one. This one I'm holding on to a little bit long because I know I'll never get this again. I don't even know if you can see them. Oh, and remember this, price is not a tasting note. This is fantastic. Find the people you love, give them a hug. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, and it's never what's in the glass. Whether it's the Sazerac or whether it's the Russell's 15, it's who you're sharing it with, and right now I'm sharing it with you. This wasn't that much of a rant. More informative than not. Don't overpay, man. Find the people you love, give them a hug.